How much did you save, do you think, filling up here instead of in Metro Vancouver?
I figured $25 per tank.
Just for the car, hey?
Yeah, just for a car. And I've got a truck as well, so I saved 30 to 35 on that.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm quite happy doing that. We're taxed a little too high, and I'm not a big fan of Mr. Horgan.
Metro Vancouver is going through a gasoline crisis right now. $1.70 a liter is what the locals are paying to fill up their cars. Even if they don't have a large Suburban, they just have a regular mid-sized car. It puts them at almost $100 to fill up their car if they want to drive their kids to soccer practice or commute to work every day. Well, they're pretty much SOL, and it's all because of Premier John Horgan and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. The duo have done everything that they can to make sure no pipelines are built through British Columbia. John Horgan, to be fair, is suing Jason Kenney because of his threat to turn off the taps from Alberta to British Columbia. Apparently, he thinks that it's totally fine to import as much fuel from Alberta as possible, but if Alberta wants to export that oil to markets outside of Vancouver, well, there's just no room in British Columbia for pipelines. I'm going to go to the most expensive gas station that I can find in Metro Vancouver, and I'm going to ask the people filling up with gas, who do they blame? Who do they blame for making them pay through the nose to fill up with gas? How does $1.70 a liter make you feel filling up?
Not good.
And you're even driving a smart car, so there's probably not much gas in there.
No, I go to Point Roberts quite regularly to just over the border in the States to get gas.
Just because, how much? What's the difference?
About 35 cents generally. 35 cents a liter.
You drive over the border with a smart car to fill up that, even that little fuel, because it's
about a half an hour drive. So yeah. It saves about $9 a tank even in this.
Wow. Who do you blame for the high gas prices?
I have no idea. Probably Alberta, from what I've heard in the news.
How does it feel filling up with $1.70 gas?
Not good, and I'm not actually going to be filling it up.
All the way?
All the way. I'm just going to have a little bit and go back in the evening. It's sad that I have to come back at night. So.
Do you support the Trans Mountain expansion, like from Alberta to BC?
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, if it helps us with, price of gas not paying, $1.70 right now, I'm for it. I mean, this is just crazy. I'm thinking my next vehicle, I might not even get one with a good thing of getting an electric car now.
Do you think that John Horgan, he's avidly trying to stop the Trans Mountain expansion? Are you frustrated by that he's personally making sure that your gas is, $30 or $40?
I am frustrated. I'm very frustrated. I mean, it shouldn't be like this. I mean, if you think about out east, like the price of gas, there's a lot of us having to go across the border. I have friends going across the border to get gas. I don't want to go today because I don't have time, but yeah, I might even think about doing that in the future. I mean, that's our option to get gas. It's that.
So after that fellow in Vancouver told me that he actually drives across the border to fill up his smart car with gasoline, that's how bad the price differential is. I actually came down to Bellingham, Washington to chat with Canadians who are avoiding and fleeing John Horgan and Justin Trudeau's punitive taxes on gasoline and the rampant supply problems that Metro Vancouver is facing. It's $3 a gallon here, $3 American dollars, and even after you convert the currency and convert gallons to liters, they're saving about 70 cents Canadian per liter filling up here. It could be, if they're filling up a boat, if they're filling up jerry cans as well, they're saving sometimes hundreds of dollars filling up gas here. And that's all money that the BC government is missing out on to put against their deficit and put towards healthcare and education. It's sad what's happening here. It's sad that we're giving Americans so much of our money, but let's go chat with them and see why they are doing what they're doing. What made you fill up here instead of in BC?
Well, I like to come to the U.S. anyway because I find the prices much cheaper, even with the conversion normally. Most times I fill up in Bellingham when I can, otherwise it's going to be in Blaine. But this time I came down to take my wife to the airport, so I'm thinking to myself I might as well fill up because I'm half a kilometer away. So the prices here in near Bellis Fair are definitely cheaper even than in Blaine. So
how much did you save, do you think, filling up here instead of in Metro Vancouver?
I figured $25 per tank.
Just for the car, hey?
Yeah, just for a car, and I've got a truck as well, so I saved 30 to 35 on that.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm quite happy doing that. We're taxed a little too high, and I'm not a big fan of Mr. Horgan in BC there with his taxation rates and trying to run inquiries as if it's to blame somebody else. It's his taxation, it's his policy, so it's his responsibility. The NDP government has done nothing to change that. They've even gotten worse, in my opinion, by refusing the pipeline from Alberta. You know, we're already bringing that oil and that fuel in. Doubling it up isn't going to make it any worse. It's just protectionism and resistance. That's all it is.
Why did you come down to the States to fill up? Or you were here for other business, or what was going on there?
Well, yeah, I usually come down for shopping. My husband golfs, and but we always come down and get gas.
Because it costs so much less. Well, I do grocery shopping, plus I pick up gas and all these things that I can't get up in Vancouver, so...
The gas price differential is like 70 cents a liter.
It's just crazy. It is. It's probably, you know, with exchange and everything, it still works out to about 55, 60 cents difference. So, yeah I fill up and we buy all our gas down here. We don't buy it up in Canada.
And you fill up jerry cans as well?
You betcha. You betcha.
How much money do you think you save a month?
Easily, I would say, because we've got several vehicles, so probably a couple hundred, maybe, and we're filling up our boat right now too, so that could be more than like 400 when we're filling up our boat. So yeah, we don't go anywhere else, but we bring it up there. So
how much money are you saving filling up here, do you think?
I think I'm probably saving like $70 per tank.
Yeah.
But this is a big car, so it does save me more than a normal car would save. So yeah, I'm saving about $50 to $70.
Who do you blame for the high gas prices in BC?
I don't know. I guess the politicians. I don't know.
I don't know. I wish I knew, because all of a sudden it's so high, and then it usually isn't that bad. But they're starting to come back down a bit, so... Yeah.
Do you support the Trans Mountain expansion pipeline from Alberta to...
Yeah, if we get cheaper gas prices, for sure.
Who do you blame for the high gas prices?
I have no friggin' idea. Maybe it's government. I don't know. It's like, seriously, in Vancouver, it's ridiculous. So I have no idea. I don't know if it's a carbon tax, but it seems like we're being gouged, because when our prices were like $1.40, they were like $80, $90 per barrel, $90 per barrel, and now it's like $55 per barrel, and we're paying way more than we were before. And I'm like,
I blame everything on Trudeau.
So
I'm from the West.
Oh, yeah. I understand exactly what you're saying. Do you think he's not been working hard enough to get the Trans Mountain approved and actually, boots on the ground, shovels in the ground? And pipe in the ground?
It's idiotic. It should have been in so that when they needed it coming down south here to the U.S., that the pipeline was done. It just, I mean, the jobs and the things that they've done to Alberta. I was born and raised in Calgary, and believe me, I'm not happy with anything. I mean, it's sad what our government can get away with doing to us.
So I spoke with the attendant off camera. He didn't want to speak on camera, but he said that hundreds of British Columbians come through here any day of the week, and this is a Monday morning. So there's not much reason for Canadians to be here. It's not a long weekend or anything like that. They just come down here Monday morning to fill up with gas. It's kind of crazy, and I would like to see some data on how much money the British Columbian government and the Canadian government are missing out on because their taxes are so high. It's something about the Laffer curve, I believe, if my economics degree serves me right. After you start charging so much in taxes, the actual revenue generated from that drops off significantly, and we're seeing that in real time here as people fill up jerry cans, as they fill out their boats. It's kind of sad, it's disappointing, but what isn't these days? For the Rebel.media, I'm Keean Bexte. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my coverage here on the Counter Signal. Please go to www.rebelinvestigates.com to see everything that I've been up to. And if you want to support my journalism, pitch in a few bucks to keep me on the road, covering the side of the story that the mainstream media won't and that Justin Trudeau desperately wants me to stop doing, please go to rebelinvestigates.com and you can do it there.